Hello, my name is Mateo Vasquez, and today I'll be taking you through the wonderful world of IT. Today's topic is...
Today we will be talking about database security. Database security is any situation in which the actual not integrity or reliability of the database, but the physical security from malicious attacks of a database is vulnerable. Basically, database security is a combination of old-fashioned lock and key security, and also modern firewalls, but basically the point is the same: blocking entry on the actual database. Database security is protecting the database from outside and an intrusive observance. People who shouldn't be there. Put them together, you have database security. It needs to be used in order to protect the files and information of the people who happen to be on the database, and there are plenty of reasons why that information is wanted. Basically, this is how database security works. Here's your data, right here. And every one of these different methods is a way to protect your data from being used online. Data encryption method is a simple method used to make sure that the data can be read by certain computers, and other computers cannot manage to use it for anything else. User authentication, making sure the proper user is using the computer, passwords and such. Operational security, making sure that the operation itself, all the access and actions that actually occur, are secure and not able to be breached in any way. Application security, making sure that any apps, accessories, or anything like that are completely safe and able to be used at all times. Database security is actually protecting the database itself. System security, making sure the system is functional and that at no point is there a weak gap in the system. And physical security is physically guarding the database. Now this cover illustrates, in my opinion, why databases are so important to be kept secure. It's not very easy to notice right off the bat, but this red section over here is actually the author's password. He no longer considers it valid and has changed the password because, well, it's on the cover of the magazine that he works for. Basically, a gigantic hack broke into the database where he stored his password, and along with every other little line of code you see around here. These are all real passwords belonging to real people who now have their passwords lost. Simply put, passwords are vulnerable when databases store passwords for them. And if a hack like this is to occur to anything like you, or anyone that was to occur around you, your information would be vulnerable. Since passwords are used over large periods of time and frequently used between different websites and different with the same username, basically if your password is lost, it's pretty easy to lose anything like that. Since databases store these passwords, by the nature of how passwords function, it's very important that databases must be kept secure. There are other ways that databases could be misused, however. This is the military, and the military is linked together through information technology nowadays. It makes them a more efficient fighting force, and it makes them better at the job they do. However, it also makes them one of the most vulnerable strategic targets out there. Simply put, the military can be attacked anywhere at any time now through computer information. And databases house a whole lot of important information for the military. Let's take, for example, a database that houses the location and navigation routes of every single one of the Pacific missile submarines. ICBM locations, storage depots, where we have agents at any given time, anything like that. Important classified information is sometimes required to be stored on a database. Now, obviously, these have very top-notch professional security that should hold up against anything. But may I direct your attention to the reference that I use. This comes from an article where the Chinese government hacks the US military database for 18 minutes. That's a lot of information that can be pulled, and classified information like that is very vulnerable. Security needs to be upped, or else there's the odds that something truly disastrous could come from that. Now, the military has physical security completely covered. No one's going to go running around trying to actually break into their real database. I mean, that gun is going to stop that. And if that don't work, they got a tank, and if that don't work, they got a jet, yada, yada, yada. But the point is, it's difficult to get in like that. But a lot of places aren't this secure. For example, these guys actually lost their information to the database because of an online attack, which can be formed anywhere and anyone. Like this. Let's say this man is in Norway. It's just a random country. And he wishes information on the US database. Well, he gets on his computer, hopefully, or actually not hopefully, he's really good at writing code and breaking into stuff like that, and he gets into the US military database. Using jumping, tracing, and other things, and having a disposable computer, he runs in, gets as much information as he can, leaves the computer away to rot somewhere else, but still has the information stored somewhere. Hard to trace, hard to find, and if done correctly, very, very dangerous. Now, this is for the military, but let's think about something else. Banks. Odds are you have money. Odds are your money is in a bank or one of these services. And odds are it's in an electronic form. And the database has to run how much you have on that. It also has to run your credit card numbers, your passwords, any information and email information like that. And if it gets hacked, that's a whole lot of information lost. In fact, typically it's enough to do this. Identity theft. Able to take your credit card number, your name, your information, PIN, anything like that, and break through it, completely wrecking your life. Identity theft is a really dangerous problem that occurs with us having simply too much information on databases. Everyone is able to be researched and found out about, and frankly, it's quite easy to get sidetracked like that. If people want your identity and a database is not secure, it is possible. This is why database security needs to be a higher priority than the people. These are my references related to this. Most of them are the pictures and listed in order, but I do have textual references as well.
Well, that's all I've got to say for now. So, until next time, bye.